Imagine being in a mathematics class and the only thing you think you have to do to excel is memorize as much as you can, because these things are not doable. That's exactly what happened to Joannie Wang from Taipei, Taiwan. Welcome to my Math Story with Stella podcast, a space where we share stories about math experiences so that we spark inspirations, conversations, and we improve how we relate with mathematics. Thank you so much. Let's dive into Joannie's story. Hi, I'm Joannie from Taipei, Taiwan. In junior high school, math was one of the subjects I felt pretty confident about. I wasn't a top student, but I understood most of it and it felt good. Then I got to high school and everything changed. Math suddenly became much harder. The lessons moved fast, the ideas felt abstract, and a lot of time I didn't understand what the teacher was talking about. We did have one teacher who really tried. But the truth is, math was full of symbols, too many symbols. For me and my classmates, the only way to survive exams in Taiwan was to memorize as much as we could. And even then, our grades weren't always good. After years of high school, many of us slowly lost confidence. We started to believe that we were just bad at math. For me, math stopped being fun. It stopped being interesting. Now, years later, I am a junior high school teacher myself, and I still see the same thing happening. She's a junior high school computer science teacher. That makes me wonder, maybe math doesn't need to change, but the way we teach it does. Maybe what really matters is how teachers want students to feel when they learn mathematics. Okay, so my take-home point from Joannie's story is maybe what really matters is how teachers want students to feel when they learn math. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Joannie, all the way from Taiwan. And we shall be sharing stories like this from all over the world. My biggest reflection point is when mathematics stopped making sense in junior high school. A lot of times we assume that the visualization, the stories and all that, it all ends with the elementary levels and all that. But bringing the same aspects into high school doesn't hurt. Trying to make mathematics as simple as possible, trying to assist learners understand how this math relates to the real world. How do we relate this math to real life situations? So when she says, for me and my classmates, the only way to survive exams was to memorize as much as we could. Memorization can only take you so far. There is no way you're going to memorize your way out throughout the whole of education when it comes to mathematics. When it comes to mathematics, you need to understand the concepts and how to apply them in the real world. And you need to develop what we call a mathematical thinking. That's why she continued saying, and even when they memorized as much as they could, their grades weren't always that good, because memorization cannot save you in mathematics. And I will always say, I believe every learner has the potential and the ability to do mathematics if it is taught in a way that the learner will be able to relate with it. So that's why she goes ahead and says, maybe math doesn't need to change, but the way we teach it needs to, implying perhaps that's the only thing we have to do, change the way we teach math. We need to create lessons such that learners are curious. They are inquiring about what if they are thinking about different things of math. They're developing math connections. They're trying to relate math to the real world. Maybe, just maybe, we need to change a little, or maybe so much, on how we teach mathematics, on how we make learners feel in the mathematics class. And this relates to our previous podcast, whereby Council Deborah was told, you know what, that is very simple. And then the class laughed, those silent laughter. You see, that also breaks down the confidence of the learner. These are learners thinking that they are bad at mathematics, but mathematics doesn't have to be a mess. And she goes ahead and says at some point that a lot of them lost interest and confidence in math. Who says math can't be fun? If you look at a book like this that helps learners, it is teaching them about developing math habits, but they're using comics. Are you saying that? They're using comics, but they're just telling you the things you need to do to improve your confidence in math and overcome math fear and self-doubt and all that. Math doesn't have to be boring. Let's make it interesting and fun for learners. Thank you so much, Joannie. Thank you so much, Johnny, all the way from Taipei, Taiwan, for sharing with us your math story. See you in the next episode. My joy is coming in the morning.